This video is about making hay. It's not about making hay with the latest and biggest and also most expensive equipment. It's about making hay with some older used equipment that we were able to acquire at a reasonable cost and make do with. But before we get into that, I want to give a little bit of background and history about what we've been doing to get hay to feed our sheep during the winter months. We've been buying hay for a long time, and it's always problematic finding quality hay that is worth feeding and hence worth buying. Then we have to transport it, which can also be time consuming depending upon how far away the farm is. Here Jeffrey and I are getting some hay from a farm that's not too distant. This worked well for a couple of years until circumstances changed, and we started getting hay that was a few bales that were moldy, and the people just didn't seem too interested in doing the job anymore. A while back we had acquired an old square baler, a rake, and a 5-foot hay cutter. Here you can see Jackie running the tractor and Jeffrey loading the square bales onto a trailer that he made. Later on, we acquired a round baler. So this year we decided to try to cut and bale all our own hay. As long as we have a reasonable growing season, we think this is now possible. We've been planting and developing our pasture areas so that we have enough area to cut hay from now. And now that Jackie has taken over complete management and control of the flock is sized to better match our forage conditions. Here Jeffrey is mowing with our 5-foot rotary head mower. This is what the cutting bar looks like underneath the canvas shroud. There are 4 rotating discs with small cutting blades at the end of each disc. These cutting blades can be replaced as they get worn out. It's not a particularly wide cut, but it is sized well for this tractor and gets us going with hay production without a huge outlay of money. For only a little over $2,000, we got the mower, the rake, and a square baler. So the way the rake works is you've got these 4 wheels that the tractor drags along the ground. The wheels have these fingers sticking out from them, and as they rotate, they pick up the hay that's on the ground and sort of pass it back to the next wheel that moves it along toward the back. And you end up raking clear this swath that's about 8 feet wide, and it just moves the hay into a line that is, you can see, going straight behind the tractor there. So with a single-sided rake like we have, at the end of the row you have to turn around and start going back the other way. And then you rake up another swath of mowed grass, and you start bringing the grass together, or the mowed grass together, into a single row. They also have double-sided rakes that are more like a V pattern that gather hay from both sides of the tractor and leave it in a single row behind the center of the tractor. Now, if you've got a huge amount of hay to cut that's been cut, and that makes a pile adequate for your baler to run through, that's great. You know, in our situation, we often don't have a dense enough grass to run a baler down the first pass, and so we can run this rake a couple times around, gathering hay over a larger area and combining it into a single larger row as we go back and forth across the field. So at the end of the row, you lift up the 3-point hitch to raise the rake up off the ground, make your turn around, and then come back and start sweeping along another row. And so what we'll do now is give you a view going forward and see how we're going along the edge of this row that we've raking it further off to the right, and Jeffrey will just go around a couple times, bringing this row to the right, and the one further off to the right, he'll bring that ore over to the left, consolidating that into a single larger row. Within reason, it's more efficient to run the round baler over a single larger row than a bunch of smaller rows that don't have as much dried grass built up in them. Alright, we're out here. Gonna bale up some hay. Got everything raked up. And we'll see how many hay bales we got. Alright, so we're going to start with these rows here. Start the hay baler up. Speed up the RPMs a bit. Alright. And off we go. That beeping sound you heard
was a bale completing, and now it is wrapping. I'll back up just a little bit. Then when it beeps again, that means the bale's done, and we can let it out. And now we can just continue on. Alright, and there, down there you can see is the bale we just let out. And we're almost done here.
So we're done making hay for now. Going to head back to the arch barn, have to bring the hay baler all the way back, and on the way back we can load up a couple of bales of hay in the grapple in front of the John Deere 120. So thanks for watching Longleaf Sheep Hill Ranch. See you next time.